Would you say like you're trying to get into what's known as CHH, or are you just trying to make it yourself known in the regular scene?
Yeah, it's funny because I came up in the faith as listening to CHH. All the classics and the old heads and stuff. I never considered myself really spitting for the same crowd. I mean, people listen to me and they could tell I'm a Christian. Some people call it Christian rap. Some people don't. To me, it really doesn't make a difference what anyone calls it. For me personally, as long as they can tell what I'm about and they respect the craft. But as far as the audience I try to reach is not the CHH audience. It's definitely the streets, the people that are lost, people that are being deceived in the culture. So that's that's like my demographic, the audience I aim for. But I mean, there's a lot of people in the CHH community who like listen to my stuff, appreciate my stuff. Rapzilla has had me on their site a couple of times, and plenty other like CHH sites like Rep the King magazine. They had me in their magazine a few times and stuff. And like I said, my music is my music. Like you could listen to it and kind of should be able to tell like how I rap, how I am, or whatnot. Yeah, I don't really stress it too much whether it is this or it's not that. But as far as my actual aim of who I'm trying to reach is definitely not the CHH community specifically. I definitely feel like there are way more than enough cats that are already, I can't say laying the foundation. That foundation has been laid, but cats that are building on that foundation already.
I would have thought you'd bound to be more into all these places like Rapzilla and Jam the Hype and Rep the King, because they're going to be viewing you like a true kind of soldier.
I have tried in the past, but it's like I don't have as big a name yet, I guess, so I don't get as much exposure even when I have tried on those sites and stuff.
Yeah, man, I would have thought they'd be up for it. They'd be like, yo, this guy's a true soldier. Like, he's literally living hand to mouth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he needs to be put on kind of thing.
Yeah. It's been a long, like, journey, and I've even had like, prominent figures in CHH, like, kind of criticize me for trying to, like, get them to hear my stuff or watching my stuff or whatever, even after, like, they know how, like, my life is, and going back years. I'm not going to name any names, but I remember one time in 2012, a very, very prominent DJ in the Christian hip-hop, we had a back and forth discussion on Twitter, and he was criticizing me for just sharing my video with him, and I told him that, like, I'm just trying to, like, make it, so to speak. Like, I'm living in my car and stuff, and this is all the way back to 2012 even. I'm just trying to make it as an artist, you know, but people, they don't always feel the struggle when they don't have to actually experience it. It's much harder when you got to experience it than when you just hear about it, you know, so not everybody's as receptive or as open. Because, like I said, I don't have as big a name as some of the other cats on, like, labels and stuff.
Yeah, man. So what? He just didn't like the fact that... What was his problem? He didn't feel that you were being truthful or something?
It was... I got this video of a joint, and I could probably send it to you as well. A joint that I actually wrote in 2006. It's called The Sweet Flow. It's one of the joints that I called Acapella piece. It's a rap, but it's all acapella. Some people consider it spoken word, but it's really a rap with a concept. And so I made a video for it because I had no recording equipment at this time. I didn't have any studio money. I didn't have any studio equipment to make music, so I would just record videos on the camera I had of the material that I did have, and then I figured I'd just share that and try to get heard that way. And so all I did was just send him the video, and I just tweeted it to him, and, you know, said, check it out if you get a chance or whatever. And he kind of came back at me, like, basically saying, like, it was bothersome for me to do that to him. And he had, like, some article he had written up, and he said, you know, if you, the way you felt when I responded was the way I felt when you hit me up with the video, basically saying it was like it was bothering him. And I remember I said to him, I was like, if you're not living in your car, then you won't understand the way I felt when you responded to me the way you did. You know what I mean? And even after that, it's like it meant nothing to him, you know?
Ah, man, forget him, man. Yo, you gotta go hard for the king, man. Along the way, you're always gonna have problems and issues, and I've had it myself, man, in the music industry so far. It's like people that call themselves the Christians are the ones that they want to jump on you as soon as they can. They want to, try and exploit you, or they want to try and say something against you. Ah, man, you're always gonna get it, man.
Right.
Just keep moving as you're moving, man. As long as you know you're doing the Lord's will, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, sometimes even in the Christian hip-hop realm, like, people get caught up in, like, cliques and names, and it's like, if your name doesn't ring a bell when they hear it, you're not associated with certain groups of people, it's like, they really are not going to give you a chance. Even though the material that these other people put out might not even be as up to par or as unique, But it's just like sometimes we even still get caught up in status and all that.
Yeah, definitely, man. But that's the industry, and unfortunately, we gotta keep rolling hard. There's a lot of negativity out there. There's a lot of people hitting up people, like kind of sending shots at people, and yet we're all supposed to be brothers in Christ. So I mean, that's but that's the same thing. Like, you get some Christians or so-called Christians that are rapping for Christ, and then it kind of turns out that they just want to jump on, the ladder going up to being famous.
Yep.
Anyway, man, let's forget all that. What are you doing musically right now, then? What's your kind of next steps that you're moving into?
So, like I said, my main thing right now is really just trying to get out to L.A. for me personally, just so I could get exposure. I could, like, literally get my face in other people's faces so they could hear me and see me visibly, and just really actually even know who Black Jewelz is. Because, like I said, out here in Connecticut, and really a lot of the East Coast, except maybe New York, there's not really any opportunities like that. And even New York is not as, like, popping as it once was when it comes to rap, especially. But once I get out to L.A., like I said, I got years of music in my catalog. So I'm really just focusing now on getting more people to hear the music that I already got, more so than spending money on putting out more music. So right now I'm kind of like just trying to get to the point where I get my, not old stuff necessarily, but my stuff that's already out, get that heard a little bit more before I start working on the next project. So the next thing I might do musically is probably just a single at some point, but that's once I really get settled in life and everything,
Yeah, man. All right, man, what do you say we get into your next, or your final record, actually, Rap King? Do you want to introduce it? Yeah, for sure. This joint right here is called Rap King Rap, and like I said, it's literally just like a lyrical exhibition. It's just like a rap version of abstract art or something, Just some stuff that came to me one day, and it's essentially like a long freestyle, so... Yeah, and I made the beat on my phone and recorded the whole joint in my room.